afternoon. Everybody knows I'm Ruth Roulette. I'm the Grand Chief. No, I'm not.
The women.
I'm the Vice Chief of Long Plain, and I want to welcome our Grand Chief, the Grand Chief, to Long Plain Treaty 1 territory, Jimmy Wetchbijine. Okay. And we also have the Elder Ernie Daniels that's going to accept the fire on behalf of our community, Long Plain. Gana Anashkajang, it's called Long Plain First Nation. Okay. And Ernie's going to explain a little bit about the significance of this event. Because these are all students, adult young students and grade 9 students as well. So, Ernie?
I'll get the Grand Chief, Jared Nipnock, to speak.
Miigwech. Bonjour, Anishinaabe. Ibn Makwan, Dishnakazmakwan Totem. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sure you're happy to be out here in the sun instead of sitting in the classrooms for a little bit. But what we're going to do is provide you with a little bit of information about what we're doing. You know, a lot of times in our lives as Anishinaabe people, there's messages that come from the ceremonies that we do. And one of the messages that came out was that treaty fires need to be lit in each of our communities across our treaty territories. So what we've done in recognition of that, because when messages come to you in ceremony, you have to follow through. What we've done is we've taken the treaty coal from the treaty fires that have been lit at each of the last several years of treaty meetings. And the last one was held in Brandon on Treaty 2 lands near the Kisikona and Ojibwe First Nation. Former Chief Bone and his family have taken the treaty fire coal from that treaty fire and have made these pouches. And in each pouch that we're going to deliver is a small piece of the treaty fire. And as we extend the treaty fire to each community will have the opportunity at a sunrise ceremony on June 21st to light their own treaty fire and to burn that fire for 4 days. Okay, the message is that we need to light a treaty fire in our communities in order to remove the haze that exists over our communities. That haze holds a lot of negativity. It holds a lot of misinformation. It holds a lot of misunderstanding about what it is to be a treaty person. And that's a big part of our task, is to ensure that the treaty fire goes through the protocols and is received in each community that we're invited into. There's over 270 communities across the territories here into Alberta and Saskatchewan. We can't go to every single one of them, but what we can do is we can make hand-delivered treaty fire to a small group of them, and we've identified somewhere between 40 and 50 communities, over 4,000 kilometers that we're going to travel over the next 10 to 11 days to deliver the treaty fire. We also have brought small bundles of tobacco, a tobacco tie in observance of our ancient protocols to demonstrate respect and to pass tobacco. Okay, now for young people, it's extremely important for you to understand that our treaty rights that we know of do not exist in that Indian status card that you have. Okay, that's not where your treaty rights come from. Your treaty rights come from your ancestry and the fact that we've lived here for thousands and thousands of years. Okay, you need to understand that. No one can tell you who you are as an Anishinaabe, as an Indigenous person. Who can tell you are your ancestors and your family line. That's where your identity comes from, not from that little status Indian card that you have. The days of the Indian Act and the status Indian card are coming to an end. And those days are coming to an end because that's the way they wrote the laws. They wrote the laws to make sure that the status Indian becomes extinct. And I'm not making that up. If you follow the research, if you follow the way that the Indian Act has been written, there will be no Indians at one point in Canadian history. So we need to spend the time to redefine ourselves. We need to create our own identities, once again founded upon who we are as the Indigenous people. And that task lies with all of you as young people. You know, you may see me standing here in my headdress, looking all important to people. But the most important people standing here today are yourselves, because you have a responsibility to redefine who we are and to take us forward into a new generation. If we're going to become Canadians at some point, that'll be the work that you guys have to do. If we're going to redefine who our identities are as Anishinaabe, that'll be the work that you have to do. You have a big task ahead of you, you know, and I'm honored to be able to pass this treaty this treaty coal to Anishinaabe Daniels here, so that you can observe that, you can learn a little bit more about it, and I I really encourage you to know who you are, know your family, and be proud of who you are as Anishinaabe people. So with that said, Miigwech, thank you very much.
Thank you, Grand Chief. Good.
Now you can give me. Now you can give me.
First I'll pass you to the bar.
Okay.
Roll call. Fire.
Okay. Good. Thank you. A little recognition of some of my friends that are here. Chief Norman Bone, former chief from Kissigwinin. Him and I worked for the last 30 years on treaties. Now chief back in 1980s, 70s and 80s. You know, there's a stone over here. My name is there. I'm not blowing my horn, but there's a stone over there. It says my name there. Oh yeah, this is my friend Elder Elmer Crochane. Elmer from Zagin, Treaty 1. Another good friend of mine. He's always there when we talk about treaties. And I don't know this young gentleman. You introduce your Ben Raven. You're from Hollow Water.
Jacket First Nation.
Jacket First Nation. You're a flag carrier. Thanks for coming to our land. Grand Chief said something very significant. You're not Indians. You're not status Indians. What you are, you're Anishinaabe. Treaty First Nations, that's who you are. Not Indians. That was given to us many years ago by the newcomers, the people that took away our lands and our resources. You're Anishinaabe Treaty First Nations. You're not Indians. I want to emphasize that to you. There's two things that happened recently. 2 weeks ago, land in Winnipeg was transferred to our jurisdiction. Treaty land. This land you're standing on here, Long Plain, Treaty 1. This is treaty land. 1981, we got this land. This is a former general school here. This was transferred to us, to Long Plain, under treaty. What Grand Chief has said, the treaties are the first and paramount laws that belong to us. And the Grand Chief is going across this country, Treaty 1 to 11 territory, to try and explain to our young people, to our leaders, we are under assault by Harper's government. They're trying to take away our rights. They're taking away our funding. They're taking away our programming and services to our people. Yet that's ours. Grand Chief said in his news release, sharing of our resources, we never ever gave up our resources. I'm talking about fish, I'm talking about land, I'm talking about forestry, I'm talking about mining, I'm talking about oil, I'm talking about gold. We never gave that up. Yet Canada goes around the world saying they're rich, they're doing well. At our expenses, that's ours. That belongs to you and your kids. This is what the Grand Chief is doing across, and I commend him for what he's doing. We are treaty people. We have to maintain that relationship between us and the Crown. Not the government, the Crown, the Queen. We must remind her. We never gave up our sovereignty. We never gave up our languages. We never gave up our customs, our ceremonies. But they took it away on us at one time through the regional schools and taking away our young kids to foster homes. So this is what the Grand Chief is doing. I'm very happy that he's doing it. And for you young people, please, please educate yourselves about our treaties. You know, there's what do you call it, the newcomers? There's a word, colonialism. Colonialism means they've taken over your home. They take away your food, your languages. That's what's happened to us. We've got to stop that. This is what the Grand Chief is doing. That's what the chiefs are doing across this country. So again, miigwech, on behalf of Long Plain people, for what you're doing. And my mom is here. She's 85 years old. She's here somewhere.
He's sitting over there.
Over there. And she's asking you to burn all the sweetgrass, burn all the tobacco that's here when you first stop tonight or in your journey. Okay, thank you. Thanks for coming. And this fire I'll keep, and I'll have a fire going here when the time comes. And this fire, or the ashes, or the charcoal I was given, it'll be right here in front of this metal. Okay? Miigwech. Thank you. Ruthie, you want to say closing comments? Ruthie?
So you heard it? I hope all the young people heard and listened to what was said here today. It's also very important about our treaties.
We have to honor our treaties. We have to live by our treaties.